This is one of the first images I took. This was a group of mostly women who were near the small barricade that had been up since March, when the SQ arrived on the morning of July 11th. They were being whisked away from the front line. In the group, beside the woman in the blue t-shirt with the raised right arm, is Ellen Gabriel, who became well known during the summer as a spokesperson for the Kanesatake Mohawks. This young fellow didn't seem to like the attention I was giving him. So after taking this picture, which I thought was a pretty nice picture, I decided to be on the safe side. I'd rewind the film and stick it in my sock, just to make sure that he didn't come back looking for it later. Though the shooting was over, tension was still high in the pines, and young and old were keeping watch to make sure there was not going to be any further advances by the SQ. A little later, standing on 344, some warriors appeared out of the woods and started looking at the abandoned police vehicles, sort of tentatively. I remember thinking it was kind of like in The Wizard of Oz when the Munchkins slinked out when Dorothy's house landed on the Wicked Witch of the West. Then, to carry on with the Oz comparison, I thought, this ain't Kansas, Toto, when the destruction of the vehicles began. Someone was making great use of the front-end loader that the police had abandoned in their operation. They'd brought it to take down the barricade beside 344, and the person who'd taken it over decided to finish the job for them. Well, not exactly for them. They had a bigger barricade to construct, and the front-end loader came in very handy to help do that job. This is Richard Nicholas. The only reason I know this is because of a strange, cruel coincidence. I found this out in March of 2009. Here's the story. I was in front of the barricade with my colleague Tom Hansen on July 11th. There was a bit of a lull in the action. We were both standing in front of the barricade, and nothing much was going on. All of a sudden, we see Richard get up on the barricade, and we sort of like start to pay attention. And all of a sudden, he puts his arm up and gives a yell and makes this defiant, bold gesture. I got the shot from one angle. Tom was at a slightly different angle. He got the shot. My picture ended up on the front page of the Gazette. Tom's picture ended up, because he was shooting for Canadian press and most of the newspapers, or many newspapers in Canada and throughout the world. Anyway, the cruel coincidence is this. Tom and Richard both died on the same day in March 2009, and they were both 41 years old. Tom had been playing a game of hockey, and when he collapsed, and Richard was driving near Oka and was in an accident, and he died. This was just the first day of what was to be a long, hot summer of hostilities.